Welcome to Personal Beauty. My name is Shannon and I'm going to be your host for the next couple episodes. Like I said, I'm Shannon and I'm from North Carolina, but I've been living and working in Korea for about 4.5 or 5 years. I have the live chat up down below, and if you guys didn't already know, the live chat down below is an opportunity for you guys to ask your questions or make comments or just say hi if you want to. But I was checking it out before the show and I see a lot of familiar names and faces. So shout out to Nathan and Mayang Sari. Thanks for coming, guys. It's good to see you guys again. The concept of personal beauty for these next couple episodes is going to be focusing on the concept of 올다무. So for those of you guys that aren't familiar with this sort of phrase, 올다무, this is really popular in Korean beauty, at least vocabulary, because it stands as an acronym for Olive Young, Daiso, and Musinsa. So in our first episode, we did a little bit of a sneak peek last week. We actually walked around Olive Young a little bit and talked about some hot products. However, it was a little chaotic, so we decided to move it into the studio to have a little bit more of a conversation with you guys and really dive into some of these products. So some of the things that we mentioned were ranging from skincare to makeup to hair care products and things like that. And for today's episode, I'm specifically going to be focusing on these guys right here. If you guys have any other questions about specific products, brands, or makeup styles, things like that you would like to talk about, feel free. I love this conversation, so just put it in the chat down below. So before we get started, I just want to check in with you guys in the chat really quick and kind of see how you guys are doing. So this first one here, I'm just going to start from right to left. This is a retinol. This specifically is the B concept or Boncept 2500 IU Wrinkle Shot Protector. Night Care Skin Firming. So retinol, we should probably start with what that is, what it does, and why everybody talks about it. So retinols are often known as the most prominent anti-aging ingredient, and these can be a little bit strong. So if you guys weren't sure about kind of what I know about skincare, I actually work at a pibuqua, which in Korean actually means skincare clinic or esthetician beauty shop. So I've been well versed in these kind of things, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have. So B concept in general is going to be a little bit more of a creamy type of texture, specifically because it's a nighttime and firming cream. Typically, retinols tend to be a little bit thicker, and what you want to do with a retinol is only wear it at nighttime. These actually don't play well with sunlight. Up next, this is a little bit of a shift. This is the Dinto Nostalgia Eye Palette. So I have to crack this one open in order to see what we're working with. As you guys can see, I am actually wearing a little bit of makeup today. I know in the live shows in the past, I don't typically go too hard with the makeup, but I have a special event tonight. I'm actually going to the very last Coldplay show tonight. So I'll be leaving right after this, but if you guys are wondering why I look a little bit more glam, that's why. So these right here, this is immediately something that I would use for what's called a transition shade. So if you look at my eyeshadow, I don't know if you guys can see that. I have actually a couple different colors on right now. I have a base color that's similar to this one. This is what we would call like a bone color or something like banana, but something very light that acts as sort of a base and a really easy way to blend other shadows. It depends on how you apply makeup, of course, but with this sort of thing, this would always be the good color to start or to have in the crease here. In your inner corner, it's really important to highlight so that it opens your eyes a bit more. There's a couple other colors here. These are very light, very peachy tones. In Korea, this is something that you see a lot. This is very, very prominent in Korean makeup styles and things like that. I actually quite like it because coming from the States, you can see that we obviously like a little bit heavier of eyeshadow, but there's an emphasis on a natural beauty in Korea, which is why that the eyeshadow colors and things like that tend to be a little bit more muted. But for springtime, this is perfect. So what I'm gonna do now is actually swatch this because these are powder. If you're not an avid makeup user, you obviously don't know much about this, but right away you can see it looks very soft. It looks very matte. There's not a lot of shimmer or anything on it. So these would be just very neutral shades. So this next one here, oh, this is Perfume. That's awesome. Okay, so I've never personally bought perfume from Daiso before, so I'm really excited to give this a try. Let's just go ahead and start with the pricing. So this one retails for about also 5,000 won. This is by the brand DailyComma. This isn't one that I've heard of before, but from what I understand about Korean perfumes and colognes and things like that, they tend to be a lot lighter, a lot more floral, or more like an aqua base, sort of a fresh scent. So we're gonna open this up and give this one a try. I can't tell what it says the overlying tone is, but this one is called Perbetud. So something wood, I think is what that says. So let's go ahead and open up. Oh, there we go, velvet wood. It's on the top in English. So if you guys need help in the Korean sector, you got that here. This one actually has an English description, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read it to you guys really quick, just so we can see a little bit more about what it does. After cleansing, take an appropriate amount at the final step of the skincare routine and apply to the entire face. So like I said, this would go last. You want to avoid the eyes and the mouth. Approximately 20 to 30 minutes later, let it dry thoroughly until a transparent film forms. Then slowly start peeling it off. So this one could be really, really fun. I think if you guys have never tried anything like this is a really great option and something cool and unique that you guys can get from Korea. All right, I'm gonna move on to one more over here and then I'll check back in with you guys in the comments. So let's see. Oh, okay, this is Madeca 21. This is one of my favorite things ever. So this is, I believe this is sort of a derivative of Madeca, which is actually like a healing cream. This is something that you typically get from the pharmacy, especially if you have like a cut or some sort of abrasion or injury, like cracked lips even, this is really helpful for. But this one specifically is a spot soothing gel and it contains Centella asiatica, a smoothing spot gel with a combination of TECA or TICA and Centella asiatica extract for intensive soothing effect on irritated skin. So this would be a really great option for acne prone viewers. This is really helpful, especially if you have like those sort of weepy type of pimples. And what I mean by that is if you pop them and then they continue to sort of weep essentially, this is really good for healing tissue in general. This is why it's really, really good for soothing and calming. This is something that I have lived, loved, tried, absolutely can't live without. And I'll definitely, if I do ever leave Korea, I don't think I will, but if I do, this is definitely something that I'm gonna pack with my bag and take with me. So price point wise, actually I think I forgot to say the price point for this one as well. So this is 3,001, by the way, that cool night wrap peeling mask. This one as well, let's see if I can find the price here. Oh, there it is on top, 3,001 also. So far, nothing has exceeded 5,001. That was the most expensive thing that we've seen so far, and that, my dears, is the beauty of Daiso. It's amazing. So let's go ahead and move on to this last one. So this one is actually a makeup product as well. This brand is called Tag. It's the Touch a Gleam. Yeah, Touch a Gleam Slim Brow Pencil. A slim eyebrow product that delicately fills in the eyebrows one by one. So I really like this one because I personally prefer that more like natural hair sort of look. I know some people like the heavy block brows. That's just not something that I feel like suits me. So this is definitely something that I would go pick out when I go into Olive Young or go into Daiso. And this one, guys, only retails for 3,001 as well. So also very, very cheap in comparison. And maybe I can keep these after, we'll see. All right, so this is what it looks like. Oh, I already like it because it has the automatic spoolie on the end. So the spoolie, for my people who are not makeup people, is for actually shaping the eyebrows. It's really important to brush your hairs up before you're applying product so you can actually properly align your shape so you don't end up with like sisters for eyebrows. This applicator is actually one of my favorite styles as well, so I think this is a really good choice. I'm just gonna create like a little fake eyebrow on my hand here. Oh, whoa. Oh, stop, that's so good. Okay, so I don't know how well you guys can see that, but I just did a bunch of little hair-like strokes on my hand, and they're very, very thin, very fine. So I actually love this. I probably should have done it the other way, but I actually love this. This is super, super fine, thin lines, which is exactly what somebody like me with kind of sparse brows would need. Love this product. This is fantastic. This is probably one of my favorites. Okay, so let's get down to the top three for these. So definitely the eyebrow pencil because I have no eyebrows without makeup. So definitely the eyebrow pencil. Oof, this smells good. Maybe that one. Oh, this is hard. Okay, let's see. So I can't use retinol because I'm a little bit too sensitive. I use Bakuchiol instead. So I'm gonna skip this one. I'm gonna say definitely the Madeca because this is great for spots and for pigmentation. And I gotta say, I think I'm gonna go with the peel on this one. These would be my top three for today because I've always wanted to try one like this. I love the idea of retaining hydration. This is great for all kinds of stuff, not even just for acne. And then this is essential for me because I don't have eyebrows. If you guys wanna tune in next week, we're gonna be continuing the Oldamu series. So you guys can check out which one is next. This week's episode was based around Daiso, where you can get a lot of great products for a really great price. My name is Shannon, and I will see you guys next week at 6 p.m. Make sure to tune in, and I love you guys. Bye.